Calling Area 51. Calling Area 51. The extraterrestrial has invaded the entire ethnicity of a certain race. An extraterrestrial has invaded and compromised the entire population of a race. What kind of race that can get compromised? Where are the African Americans? How did the African American population get compromised by an unnatural being? That unnatural being is a mythology. So now the whole population is compromised. To all of my former friends and so forth, it is I, Stephen Edward Tickner. You knew me as a nerd back in the day, such and such, but let me tell you this. I am not who you think I am. If a world is dealing with something that emerged as a mythology, guess what? The entire population, including family and friends of all, are simply just eradicated. Simple as that. Simple as that. Anyone that made contact with somebody that's unnatural, they get eliminated. But they don't want anyone to simply find out about the details. Which is why anyone that knows a Tiggs, Steven, or such and such, or any other person that's unnatural, doing something unnatural, so forth and so forth, everyone is called out to bring up, the old shit that Steven did. But in reality, they just need to weed out everyone that knows Steve. So here's the thing. Let's see. OSI Food Group hired gang members. Those gang members are vice lords. Vice lords are hired by OSI Food Group for cleanup duty. Anyone that knows somebody named Steven that's unnatural, they all get wiped out by those gang members. Call me crazy, but I'm not losing my mind. So yeah, the Black Souls. The Black Souls. OSI Food Group hired those same group of people that I've known for years. They're my enemies. They're my oppositions. They're just my ops for years. That's the reason why when I worked at a company called OSI, a few years prior, I always disguised myself. I changed my appearance. I stopped wearing fedoras. I grew a beard, a full-fledged beard, and a mustache. Not to mention, I wore dozens of hairnets and dozens of of gear just to keep my face from being recognized from anyone that knew me back on the South Side. Because on the South Side, people would just simply like, oh, that's the dude. That's the dude that lost his crib. Him and his brother, that's the dude that lost his crib with the beds on the back door and such and such, such and such and such and such. That's the dude that lost his crib. Yeah, but in reality, I'm that same dude from all those years prior. The op in the window, bust your windows down. As a phrase that somebody knows, and Mr. Boswell is one of my closest friends, that I say closest individual that knows me. And he's the only person that can actually make things right just by me bringing up his name. He's the only person. Just bringing up one person that will make things right. So anyone that knows Steven or anyone that knows anybody that does something that's beyond, comprehension, everyone gets weeded out. Everyone is in danger. Everybody's in danger. Not just the family, everybody. Literally, the family's supposed to be executed and not to be alive, not to live to this day. But only because the person that's unnatural is still living. So let's see. Someone like myself, if I left this world, let's say back in September in 2023, my whole generation will be long gone. My family was never supposed to be alive anyway, because you got someone in that family with the last name doing some unnatural shit or whatever the case may be, such and such. But it's all about being biased. Everyone is not going to say the same shit. You got this group of a company saying, oh, he's just simply turned himself into some misfit werewolf, such and such. So him and his family are decked to be executed. The family ain't supposed to be alive. The Tigers and the whole Tigger generation and Pendleton generation is supposed to be long gone. Ain't none of them supposed to be alive. Here's the key factor. The key factor is no one doesn't want my family to find out the truth. They just have to leave it as a mystery. They want me. They want the person that's so unnatural to leave first, and then the family go right after. So yeah, that's why I have a backup plan to stop all that. Anything happen to me, I'll bring up a whole new problem, and that problem is a solution to bring everything to the light. You lose you lose the generation on both mother and father side because you do something that's unnatural, being what you are. But the whole population is jeopardized. That's the problem. The whole population is jeopardized. Whole population of a race can be jeopardized. The race of that race can be jeopardized by simply taking things to another level, bringing nationwide destruction. So when you bring nationwide destruction as an unnatural being, you just jeopardize the whole population. That's all that is. You see? See, my family don't believe shit because they're worried about the shit that I did, and also they're just simply so obsessed with whatever I had, whatever money I had. They're so obsessed with it. Let me tell you, if my family spent all my cash and such and threw me into the wind, I'm gonna bounce back and bring up my whole new problem, and they won't be here to even. They won't even think twice about doing it because they literally forfeited their lives. Their lives are forfeited. Everyone's life is forfeited. Everybody's life is forfeited, not just my family. Everybody's life. Everybody at my old grammar school, Robert Fulton, that I know, they're forfeited. They lives forfeited. Lanisha's life is forfeited. Carol's life is forfeited. Bonita's life forfeited. Everyone's life is forfeited. All the girls that knew me made contact or such and such, made arousing such and such and such. They're compromised. Yeah, they're compromised. Their lives are forfeited. Everyone's life is forfeited. That's the reason why you can't bring the topic to the light, because everyone's life is forfeited, but it's literally just historic. A person that is historic, you do something no one else can do, that's historic. But, at the same time, it'll compromise the whole population because the world will simply bow down to that new historic being. What do you know? You turned historic. But now we have to put you out of misery because you are compromising the entire population. Out of 7 billion people, you have one individual turn out to be some sort of unnatural mythology, which it does, or whatever the case may be. I don't give a flying fuck about. So it's not my problem. All Fulton and all Gage Park and so forth, y'all all in danger. All the black souls and the vice lords, they're just working with OSI Food Group to just simply do cleanup duty. Kidnap everybody that knew Steve and had a way and put their gang on. That's all that was. There's so much, but there's more to the story. It's more to the story. Them kind of niggas just want to make money off some shit. Make money off some shit. It's a new kind of drug, literally. Just make money off some shit they can't do. I ain't trying to hear it. It's first time. It's first time for everything. Well, no, ain't no first time. The second in history. Second in history, and now it's over. You got the secret ingredient and so forth and so forth. Everyone's in danger. Call me crazy, but hey, I'm not losing my mind. I'm not worried about what no one say because I go for my beliefs. The world can simply pay no mind to what is going on in the background, which is fine, but that's just maybe just the USA. What about the rest of the world? If the rest of the world is simply going through a crisis, guess what? It's going to eventually turn into minor skirmishes, and then eventually it's going to simply just explode. That they can't tolerate it anymore. See, the only way I'll make my point clear is bringing mass nationwide destruction. But I have to do it in my own way, in a creative way as well. To bring nationwide destruction, just to make my point clear of what I am capable of, or what the next person capable of, or what he or she can actually do. If a female counterpart turns out to be unnatural, what does that mean? An unnatural female. What does that mean? That means that female has forfeited her life. Everyone's life is forfeited. That's all there is. OSI Food Group literally made the call that everyone's life is forfeited in that family. Their lives are forfeited. They're not even supposed to be alive. Let me tell you, Tigners and Pendletons, the only reason y'all still breathing is because of me. If I'm out of commission, y'all would not even be alive to this day. Something I did was forbidden and is deemed unnatural. That's it. That's all. And the whole family had to be put out of misery because that is just an unnatural family. Even if none of the family members can't simply show the unnatural incident themselves, or can't simply show what was not to be shown, then they still got to get put out of commission. That's it. That's all. The whole family is put out of commission, forfeited. Their lives are forfeited. You lost your lives because you got an unnatural with the last name of T. And guess what? Make a T out of a back? No. Let's see. I had a dream that, let's say you say a firing squad, right? A firing squad made a T out of your back. Yeah, no. Let's see. That bald head officer was trying to make a T, trying to make a bloody T. Make a T out of my back. See, I was in a hospital. But that hospital was literally just, let's say, trying to held me hostage to my own will to try to hurry up and discard me. But that's not gonna happen. You see? Here's the thing. It's all about looking out for a bum that I don't like. Tyree Gambino Harris. I don't like the bum. I'll put him out of commission. Yeah. He thrashed my crib, pissed in my shit, sabotaged my life and try to make fame for himself. But I got one thing that's going to change that. John Boswell, Tyree Gambino Harris was one of the tenants that used to live in 6752 South Michigan. And he's also one of the tenants that destroyed that premises. Arsons, kicking in the doors. He's one of the people that kicked in my back door. When I lived on the south side once upon a time. Too bad that was overlooked. But anyway, everyone's in danger. Everyone is in danger. Everybody. And I mean everybody. Everyone in Illinois is literally in danger now. Same group of people. It's the same group of people. The whole family's supposed to be removed anyway. But I'm making it clear that I want this to be known worldwide. So if a family has to be removed from existence just because you have one family member turns out to be unnatural or such and such, then Congress and the government needs to just simply jump in the picture. Yeah, make things clear. I don't care what nobody say. Oh yeah, it's just all a misunderstanding. Well, we'll see. A misunderstanding where you take damage nationwide. It'll be a misunderstanding once I take things nationwide. And I have to simply teach those who try to get over me a lesson by bringing chaotic destruction, but in my own creative way. So I don't care what nobody say. I'm not supposed to do such and such. I'm not supposed to such and such and such. I had dreams that saying, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that maneuver. You're not supposed to run like that. No person doesn't have that capability to run such and such. How do you run like that? You can't supposed to do that on this earth. I had all kind of phrases in my dream. While I'm sleeping, just having those kind of phrases in my head. You're not supposed to uplift yourself without any gravitational equipment to such and such. I don't want to hear that. I'm one of a kind. Everyone's in danger. Everyone in Europe is in danger by the gang members. Everyone in Europe is supposed to be kidnapped by the vice lords because they knew Stephen. Everyone in Europe, Gage Park that know me, females and all the females and so forth, all the females get kidnapped by the vice lords, right? Because they made contact with the unnatural. All they doing is just putting in work for Tyree. They want everyone to look at Tyree like he's the man. Tyree Gambino Harris is the man. So that's why all the vice lords are simply putting in work for Tyree. They're so emotional. The black souls, they emotional. The black souls, they just emotional. They're so emotional because now they lost their mans. They lost their good mans, Tyree. He gone. Yeah, they lost their mans. But yeah, they going around, black souls going around twisting old people necks and stuff like that. And now a Gatling gun comes through. A whole Gatling gun. You know what a Gatling gun is? Yeah. If anything happen to me, a Gatling gun gonna come in the picture. A Gatling gun. John Boswell and his Gatling gun. That's it. John Boswell plus Gatling gun. If I die, John Boswell name comes up and a Gatling gun comes with it too. Now, my life is go to John Boswell. Anything happen to me, I put my life to someone else to make a whole Gatling gun come in the picture and splat everything. Do you know what a Gatling gun is? A Gatling gun, a Gatling gun, a Gatling gun, a Gatling gun, a Gatling gun. Yeah, a Gatling gun for the black souls. A Gatling gun for the black vice lords. Take this Gatling gun and just spread every vice lord and black soul that you see. Yeah, a Gatling gun, a Gatling gun, a Gatling gun. A Gatling gun. Illinois got hit with a Gatling gun for the first time in history. A Gatling gun in a neighborhood. Took a Gatling gun. Who takes the Gatling gun? You know, I got John Boswell and a Gatling gun in place. Nah. A Gatling gun. That Gatling gun is for 68th in Michigan. Wake up in the morning and get married in. Yeah. Everyone's in danger. Anyone that knows me and that knew me, they're in danger. Their lives are forfeited. Everyone is in danger. Everybody's in danger, not just my family. Heed my words. The black souls, they're just doing what they're doing. OSI's bidding. They're doing OSI bidding. Anyone that knows a person that's unnatural, they have to bring out everyone that knows the person, and then they get rid of them. That's the script. That's the whole point. That's the whole idea. People know me in the past. All the females that know me in the past, their lives in danger. And their lives are forfeited because, Steve can be unnatural, such and such. He did some unnatural shit and such and such, and now the whole caboose got to go. The point is, everyone is forfeited. Everyone's life is forfeited. A dreadful situation dealing with everyone's life being forfeited. Forfeited lives. Forfeited. Their lives are forfeited. Do you know what forfeited is? My own family couldn't fail to understand. Now I had to bring someone else in the picture just to make things clear in blood. It only takes loved ones to lose loved ones by bullshit, right? So you gotta simply end the fuckery by bringing up something that matters, the truth, to bring out shit, the kind of blood shit that needs to happen. That's why Dubai just went through hell and such. A drone hitting drones and shit like that, hitting buildings and shit like that. But it's all because of frustration that's going on in the USA, and because it's what is lurking in the background. Everyone's trying to play, keep it cool and play crazy as if nothing happened. Okay, since people want to play crazy, I'll turn myself into a special World Trade Center. But it's gonna be creative. I need to be creative on turning myself into a special World Trade Center and leave a mark on what I'm capable of, since I had to go through a phase of hell just to survive and to change the script on everyone, and not to mention correcting the problem. And here's the thing. OSI Food Group never want my problem to be corrected. I have a problem with OSI Food Group, and OSI Food Group never wanted my problem to be corrected. I repeat, I have a huge fucking problem with OSI Food Group, and OSI Food Group never want my problem to be corrected. To just become a mystery, a mystery, you disappeared in a mystery. No, that ain't finna happen. I'm not happy. That ain't happening. I leave this world in a mystery. No, I'm not leaving this world in a mystery. I'm not going. Everyone is in danger. Everyone's life is forfeited. The black souls and vice lords in Chicago is such and such that simply just put it in work for their gang. They get their gang leader, Tyree Gambino Harris, the 8-ball, little bitty car with a 8 watch and a crooked teeth, and drank a bottle of beer and mixed with Henny and just belch all day. All day belching, smoking squares. Smoke 2 pack of squares in a day. Nerves so bad. Everybody nerves is so bad. All the females, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Dana Jeter, I'm sorry, Dana. I'm sorry. You might went through hell too, Dana. I know Dana. I love you, Dana. Dana Jeter. Dana. I had seen your I had a dream about you, Dana. Literally had a dream that right? That we was in a mansion, right, Dana? We not even a mansion. We was in a mansion, right, Dana? We was in a mansion. Everyone in the living room just simply talking about Steven in a wearing some handy down clothes, right? So I had a dream right about you, Dana, right? Yeah, that mansion. We was in a mansion, right? The whole Jeters got a mansion. They in a mansion. They look at Steve and they're talking about Steve. Why he look all dirty? And Dana, you talking about his crusty lips. His crusty lips. He look like he from DCFS. He can't be. Throw him in DCFS, such and such. And then I brought up something that mattered, and I brought up something that matters to you, Dana. I'm like, Dana, I was teasing you. You know what, Dana? Dana, you better get I gotta stay pretty. You better get to that thing look such and such. Then you got mad. Oh my dead mama. Oh my dead mama. Oh my dead mama. You kept saying it over and over for no reason. Oh my dead mama. Oh my dead mama. Then here come Rob Jeter. Rob Jeter looking crazy, smiling. He smiling for no reason, right? Then Rob Jeter, he like, that gave me an idea, Melinda. I'ma tease Dana. Sniffaroo, sniffaroo. You know, Rob Jeter called me Sniff. Hey, Sniff, Sniffaroo. Hey, Sniff. I'm trying to figure out why did Sniff say F you? Oh my dead mama. Oh my dead mama. Oh my. That's Rob Jeter's laughing. Rob Jeter's laughing. Melinda's like, come on, Rob. Come on, Rob. Come on, Rob. Leave Dana alone. Next thing you know, Dana pick up a knife and cut herself. My skin! My skin! My beautiful skin! Dana Jeter done cut herself. My skin! My beautiful skin! My beautiful skin! My beautiful skin. My beautiful. Dana was just crying about her beautiful skin. It was a dream I had about you, Dana. You was crying so hard about your beautiful skin because you playing with a knife, doing stupid shit with a knife because Rob Jeter kept saying the same shit over and over. Rob kept teasing Dana, talking about some. Why did Sniffaroo say F-U-C? Oh my dear mama. And Dana gonna go, oh my dear mama. Every time Rob Jeter say F-U, that's when Dana say, oh my dear mama, oh my dear mama, oh my dear. And now Dana done pick up a knife and cut her skin. Oh, my skin. Dana done cut her skin. I had a dream about that. I don't know if you actually cut your skin, but if you cut your skin, really cut your skin, Dana, then damn. I had a dream though. You cut your skin. You picking up a knife, playing with it for no reason, messed around and cut your skin. My skin. You picking up a knife and shit. You picking up a knife, playing with it and shit. You picking up a knife and going in the refrigerator and shit. You in a mansion picking up a knife, telling every night I'm gonna pick up a knife and I'm gonna take a cucumber and I'm gonna slice it. I'm gonna slice it like a wee wee, or or because I didn't need to see that. I'm gonna just slice it like it's a wee wee, or like it's a wee wee. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Everyone's life is forfeited. A natural being on this earth, the whole population is forfeited. What population that is? Guess who it is? It's the obvious. Obvious. If I'm the whole population is forfeited. That's the whole ordeal. That's the whole problem to the script. You got a unnatural fucker. One unnatural fucker. The whole population is compromised. The whole population compromised and forfeited. They forfeited their rights, compromised of a race. The whole race, ethnicity, heritage is compromised. You got someone unnatural born in that race, showing off something so unnatural, take something from God and show it on this earth that's so beyond comprehension that looks unnatural. Obviously, the whole population is compromised. That population is compromised. I don't know how many races of African Americans on this earth, but I can say they can be compromised. Well, better yet, they've been compromised. That race been compromised. The whole race been compromised. The African American race been compromised. The whole entire African American race been compromised. This ain't the first time that African Americans been compromised. The whole race been compromised. The whole African American race been compromised. Shit like this happened like lifetimes prior, where you got shit on this earth that's not even supposed to even exist in the first place. But then it happened. But then, it became a rumor. It happened in villages and shit, especially during all the times of the 17th century. Shit happened in the 17th century, and when it happened, they simply just kept it out of public eye. And people was just so worried about it in the 17th century. So when time came for everything to change, everyone just had to keep their mind off of it. So they kept their mind off of it, and simply everyone literally just passed on and never told their grandchildren. They never even made a story about it. They never even told their grandchildren about a story of what happened that, that could have happened. Which eventually it did happen, but they didn't want to make no story for their children. Like, no, once upon a time, such and such happened. They don't want to make no stories and shit for no children, telling them folklores and none of that shit, because it was so fucking dreadful. The whole African American race can be compromised, but any race is compromised. Any race on this earth can be compromised. All it takes is an unnatural or something from God or a demigod. I'll say this: demigods, demigoddess, an entity, a dark ass entity, or any shapeshifters, any goddamn wizards, magical genies, beings, or anything that's beyond human eyes. They're compromising every race. Everything is compromised. Like I say, demigods, demigoddess, genies, mythologies, Zeus, and so forth. Nah. Oh yeah. You want to know one thing about me? I'm always just that kind of guy to be stubborn. But I'm stubborn. And you want to know one thing? You want to know something else? Zeus was real, but he was real based on what I did. Zeus was real. Zeus was real. He was real. And majority of the mythologies were real, but they are real based on what I did. So based on what I did, they're real. So, but they're not finna roam on this earth. Well, actually, they are roaming on this. They're roaming on this earth literally as they speak. I'm not the only one. So they're roaming on this earth. This, all the mythology, majority of the mythologies, they're roaming on this earth. But they're not going to they're not going to show off any stunt like I did. They ain't going to show off no stunt like I did because they don't want to go through no shit like I did. What I did is led to, condemned to be, banished. Poof. Mythologies on this earth, poof. Humans and mythologies on this earth living together. How do you like that? It's going to be a future where you're going to have the next incident that's going to occur. History will repeat itself in some way, but it's going to have to, if history will repeat itself, but it's going to have to repeat itself in in an even more clever way. History will repeat itself, but in a more clever way. To outsmart the whole to outsmart everyone once again. History will repeat itself. Another mythology. Yeah. Won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. The next person come on this earth that may have an ability to teach animals to talk, especially horses, give the ability to horses to simply give them phrases and they're able to simply say them in a human-like voice, then yeah, you're going to have to literally just condemn it. But yeah, everyone's in danger in a way. But yeah, they're in general, mythologies on this earth compromising a race. I'm a mythology myself, a crazy ass mythology. I'm a mythology fucker. I'm one crazy ass mythology on this. But I'm not losing my senses. I'm literally stating it because I simply can't get the right acknowledgement of what I am. So I'm literally a mythology on this. I'm a real life mythology. A special kind of mythology. The kind of mythology just to bring destruction nationwide and people just simply went lunatic and shit. That's the whole ordeal. Turn everyone into lunatics. And when you turn the world into a lunatic, you became a mythology. Yeah, boy. So yeah. So everyone's in danger. Dana, I'm sorry, you in danger too. Dana, I love you, Dana. Shit, Mama Nisha. Shit, I wish I could be with you, Nisha. I mean, here's the thing, Nisha. If you was my girlfriend, I'll ask you politely once every 2 months. No, I'll ask you once every month. I'll ask you once every Friday. Hey, Nisha, we having a good time, Nisha. You don't mind if we do the deed. You don't mind. I'll just simply be polite. I'll just put on a suit and tie and just every Friday I'll put on a suit and tie and just look at you. Can we do the deed? Can we do the deed? The deed, the deed, the deed, the deed. I know. I wonder how Ice Spice and Lotto can simply just. I'm sure no, Ice Spice and Lotto, they need to remain what they are. I know they ain't finna just do crazy shit with a motherfucker. And because every motherfucker is the same way. It's the same concept. You have that, you have this, that, and the third. It's the same concept. But yeah. Mythologies on this earth like a titan. That's the big problem. Compromise and worth that kind of continent. Yeah. Historic. Mythologies are historic and is worth that continent. The whole continent in the hand of a mythology. The whole continent. Not just a state, a whole continent. You got the whole continent in the hand of a mythology. But you got to sit on this earth and play crazy like nothing happened. So yeah, play crazy and just smile through the day, such and such. That's it. That's all.